Good evening. Let's start the press conference with Federico Valverde. One question per media, please. How are you doing, Fede? You're 23, you've almost played 150 games and been on many different stages. Tomorrow, do you have to think you have to play more with your heart or your head? Hello to everyone. I think the head is very important. The nerves, you need to be calm when you're feeling nervous. And in terms of the heart really comes into it. You have to give everything to play 90 minutes, with giving everything and to be concentrated, ready to give everything, to be focused on the ball in every single moment throughout the game. One of the words that defines you best is kind of a multi-purpose player. You can play on the left, you can play on the right, you can play in attack, at the back. You can also shore up the right-hand side. You can help the deep-lying midfielder. Do you feel you have more of a freer role? Is that the position that you feel the most comfortable, having more freedom? I always try to adapt to what the team requires me to be ready to do whatever the manager wants me to do. I'll give my all. I know that my position in the middle is where I feel the most comfortable, and I feel like I can show my qualities more, go forward and also help at the back, provide my energy as well. I think I'm always prepared and willing to do whatever the manager asks me, give everything and give 100% wherever I am on the pitch, and give my little bit to help, and it's welcome to be in the side. After the last, comebacks that we've seen in the Champions League against PSG and Chelsea, what effect do those games have on the dressing room? Do you feel like you're more confident in being able to achieve things? Or do you feel like you've almost kind of been close to going out at times? I think we're prepared for whatever. In Paris, it really was really difficult in that first leg, and then in the second leg, thanks to the fans, we were able to turn things on its head, and that's obviously a favourable thing to happen. Against Chelsea, it was completely different. The first game, we did really well, we worked really well, and I think that didn't benefit us because we had to suffer in the Bernabeu, but in the end we were able to go through. And I think on Tuesday, we have to put on a really good show in that first game, and I hope that we can carry out our objective of going through into the final. You've had a bit of a roller coaster of a season, and then Cruz has been out, and you played against Barcelona, and then you find it quite difficult to get in there, and now you're a firm fixture in the team. How would you sum up this year, and how much have you learnt, and how much has Fede improved during this year? Quite a lot. I think you always learn every day, you get better, particularly with the players I have around me and the club where I am. I think you're always able to improve, not just as a player, but also in the mental side and the human aspect. I started playing in the first team, and then I lost my position in the starting 11, and then I went through a bad period when I was injured, and it's always difficult to come back from injuries. You have to kind of suffer. But then after that, I think I managed to move forward. I worked really hard, away from the football pitch. I worked really hard to be able to get my position back in the starting 11. I think I managed to achieve it, and now it's just about enjoying it and about trying to put a lot of hard effort and work in there, and to never lose that place in the team again. Guardiola said in his press conference that there are many players, many more experienced players in Madrid, that they're not scared of having the ball in the most difficult moments in games, like we've seen those comebacks against Chelsea, PSG, but we're seeing you, Vinicius, other players that are young in the team, and they're also happy to have the ball, and they're not scared of the ball. Do you think you have a personality, a special character that makes you that means that you're never scared to have that ball when you've got the Real Madrid shirt on. Yeah, I think that's true. I think if we're at Madrid, it's because we're prepared to face up to good situations and also situations that aren't that favourable. We need to be prepared. We need to, mentally we need to be prepared. And I think we need to show also the young players that we can bring that energy, that we have a lot of character, we can give a great deal to the side. Not just energy, as I've said. We also the young players are able to get experience from the more experienced players. And I think, we can get even better. We can become even better. Wanted to ask you about, in the quarterfinals, the game against City and Atletico, it was a real battle. Guardiola was asked about it as well today. Could you tell me what you thought of the style of football that Guardiola's teams play? And do you think it gives you more options? What options does it give you for tomorrow? For taking the tie back home? Well, he'd need to see that him, because he's the manager of Manchester City. We are just trying to be true to the colours of the shirt, to defend this badge, and we're going to try and win every single game, every competition that we enter. What I can say about Manchester City is they play really well. They're really well organised. They work really well. Some people might like Mayweather. Some people like them, whether others don't. That's up to them. It's about us, our competitions, and enjoying playing for the club, for our club. ¿Qué has aprendido de los partidos que has jugado contra Manchester City, los partidos de Champions? ¿Qué experiencia puedes utilizar para estos partidos? Well, it's a great team, obviously. Now they've been working together for a long team, working as a team, working together, and I think that brings a certain dynamic to the team, a great dynamic. They know how to play. They know what positions they need to be on the pitch. When they lose the ball, they know exactly what they need to do. Obviously, it's a really, really good team. On a world level, they're always fighting for every single competition. So we need to be prepared to cancel out those qualities and bring our own qualities to the game. Your ex-player is playing very well in England at the moment. Why do you think he wasn't able to play that well in Madrid? Each player looks to play in the way that they can. They fight for what they can. I can only say that he's a great player. Apart from being a great player, he's a great human. I've shared teams. He's a player that has all the qualities to be successful wherever he is, and I just wish him all the best. Pep said in his press conference that he has to compete with the history of Real Madrid. There are very few possibilities to go through given that history. How important is that? How much does it weigh on your shoulders, this history of Real Madrid? Well, it weighs a lot, yeah. But as I said, we're prepared. The young players in the team are ready to face up to every single moment. When you wear the Real Madrid shirt, you want to win absolutely everything. You want to fight as if it was your last game for the club. So that's part of the value and the history of Real Madrid, that each title, each competition that you're playing, you'll fight for it as much as you possibly can. And you may be always the favourite to win it.